Hey, baby. No, don't get up. I'll come to you. Hi. How have you been? I know it's a silly question, I know, but at least for me, and believe me, I'm not comparing the two. I know that that's not a fair comparison to make, but I know I definitely appreciate it when someone thinks to ask how I am, even though it might be obvious. It makes me feel a bit more, seen, I guess. So how are you doing? Yeah, I know. I know, sweetie. I know. And again, as usual, there is nothing I can do, say, anything like that. There's no way I can fix it. And I know that. And God, I wish there was a way that I could, but I chose this, baby. No. I chose you. And I chose everything that comes with it. So you not being able to hide the excruciating pain that you are in right now, that's never something that you have to apologize for or try and make up for. You're not broken. You're not incomplete. You're not wrong. None of those things. It's just a situation, and you can't help it. And God knows if you were able to help it. I don't even need to say if you could, because whenever you are able to, you do help it. I'm serious. Even though you might not think that you're the strongest person I've ever met right now, I get it. It really does feel like that when it's so soul-crushing, but I'm telling you that even now, even though I know it doesn't feel like it right now, believe me, I get that. I'm telling you that there is not a single moment, even now, when you are so low and so just ruined over it. Even now, I have never seen a stronger human being, and I'm not fucking around with you. You wake up every day. You face the condition that you have. You face the pain. You face the grief of the life that you had. You face the sickness. You face the soul-crushing reality that this is your life and will always be. You wake up every day, pain flaring all over your body, your nerves snapping, and you take it with a smile. You take it in the most graceful way possible. You wouldn't know. For the most part, you really wouldn't know just how much you are hurting. Just how much your body is bent on destroying itself. People wouldn't know that. They wouldn't, because you choose not to show that. And making that decision every day is stronger than I think you even allow yourself to believe. Well, you would say I'm biased, but I really don't see it that way. Well, as I said, you make that decision every day, and even on the days that, well, they're like this, you still keep that smile. You still find it in you to smile when everything inside you is telling you to cry. Choosing the possibility of allowing yourself joy. I don't think you know how rare it is for someone to actually make that effort. Because there are so many that would just allow this to fully just destroy them. And yes, while it could be seen as... It would also be valid if that were what you were doing, but the fact that you, even though you were being destroyed by it, you carry yourself with the energy and the poise of someone of completely optimal health. And call it masking, call it stiff upper lip, call it anything you really want to. It makes you far stronger than so many people I've come across. People who are almost looking for something to destroy them because everything's going too well for them. And we hate those kind of people. Acknowledging your weaknesses and celebrating your triumphs. Acknowledging sometimes you're weak makes you strong. The fact that you have to make such an effort just to be able to feign an air of wellness. That in itself could be a full-time job. Let's get fucking real right now. I'm serious, like, it might sound like I'm harping, but I'm really not. It's incredible, it's remarkable what you're able to do. If someone had, for just a moment, experienced the body that you're in, you know what would happen to them? They would do themselves in. They would be unable to do anything. They would be breaking down the ER's door. They would be putting a fucking gun to their head. And while I know that is a tempting thought, believe me, I really do. While that is a tempting thought, that's not an option. The choice that you have made to face every day and choose to be happy despite your body desperately trying to make you feel the opposite, that takes more gumption and more guts than, fuck, some of the conventionally strongest people you've ever come across. You know what I mean? Like an athlete, you know what I mean? Like, conventionally they are quite strong. But do they deal with what you have? And then continue to just live life on normal? Like, they not necessarily... They're not on... Okay, let me start again. If they could imagine that they are not like an athlete, but they had to continue to be as strong as they are in, like, really basic things, what would that look like? And especially, what would that look like if their body was intent on dragging them down, on having them just destitute? Imagine that. But I'm telling you, if they had to even just perform normal tasks with the amount of pain that you were in, I'm telling you, it would... Let's see how strong you are now. I know that all seems like it was, you know, a bit heated, but you know what I mean. People need to look aside from their preconceived idea of strength. You know, I remember the night that you were diagnosed. I know you remember as well, yeah. I remember it quite clearly. I remember exactly where I was sitting. I remember exactly the feeling that came over me. I remember the exact moment. When you looked me in the eyes. When you came back from your appointment. It's okay, it's alright. After being so unwell for so long. And you came in, and your eyes looked almost hollowed out. A set determination, but still. And you didn't even sit down. You didn't even take the keys out of your hand. All you told me was the words. They told me I have cancer. And I remember the exact moment in which my heart stopped. Where my blood froze. Where I myself froze. I remember struggling on my words. And I couldn't think. And I couldn't breathe. And it almost for a second felt like I was taking it worse than you. Which I know that not to be true, obviously. You were in shock. You were in absolute shock. I didn't see what the state of you was when you were actually told yourself. You know, I wasn't present for that. I only saw when your shutters came down and you were just trying to be strong. And obviously life hasn't been quite the same. You know, in actuality, nothing has actually changed. You already had it. You were already suffering. And now we just knew why. Now we knew the name of the beast. But nothing had really changed. You didn't feel physically any different. Maybe now you psychoanalyzed yourself a little bit more, but in actuality, nothing was actually different. And I have definitely seen a difference in you. And I don't mean cancer. I don't mean that. I mean that certain things don't bring you the same emotions that they used to. That things that you used to enjoy you weren't enjoying anymore. And there's obviously quite a understandable, reason for it, obviously. But, you know, I could see things were different. I could see that the name, the beast being named, it almost aged you. It matured you. You were already there, but you know something else that changed? The fact now, you were always a really positive person to begin with. You always had a smile on your face, you always greeted the day with grace, and you were always a breath of fresh air. So some things never change, do they? The only thing that did change was that now you had to make the choice to be happy. Yeah, obviously before you've had your struggles. We've all had them, but you were still able to just effortlessly find joy in such small things, and now you have to find it in yourself to make the decision to be happy. And I guess that's another part of the whole, like, it matured you. You're showing incredible emotional maturity to stare death in the face every day and still choose to smile and still choose to laugh even though it hurts. You choose that. And I don't know if people really understand how hard it can be to choose that when every day you are being shown a different reason why you shouldn't be. You know, I can't say for cancer, obviously. That's a, you know, I'm not claiming to know that. But I do know that I had to make a choice all those years ago to choose to not be miserable anymore. There were still reasons why I could be miserable, obviously. There still are, but the day that I chose to choose joy, that was the day that everything changed. That was the day that everything got better. Even though the days and the feelings and the thoughts, they never really did. But I chose to coexist alongside them and decide to be okay with it and decide to find joy in things that had been that had long since been drained. It's not something that can be taught. You have to come to that conclusion yourself. And I can't really even say this is what I did. Because I don't know, I just did it, I chose. And then I keep having to choose it, but like there's nothing that I can say aside from that. You have to make that decision. And you can't be taught, you can't be shown how. But I never did have to show you, did I? I never had to teach you. You already had it inside you. And every day that you choose joy, baby girl, it makes me heartbroken to know that you're having to be up against this really terrible disease. You have to... No, it's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay, baby. No. No, it's okay. You don't need to wipe my tears, okay? No. No. Don't worry about it. You're so beautiful. See, that's exactly what I mean. You're choosing to put aside the fact that every movement hurts right now to wipe away my tears, and I don't need to be. It's okay, I'm alright. I'm okay. I promise. It's just, I love you, as you know, and just the thought that you have to fight against. That you have to fight against something so indescribable as this. Just, it would hurt anyone, you know what I mean? It would upset anyone, especially someone who loves you so dearly, like you're a part of me. It just makes me emotional, as you can imagine. But yeah, don't worry about me, baby. My point with all of that was just that it's just I wish you were up fighting against something a little less than this. Yeah. Yeah, if it was just a little... If it was just a little easier, if it was something a little more manageable. But you know what? Even though it isn't, it truly isn't, it's one of the worst things that I could ever possibly imagine that you would have to fight against. You still do it. You still do it. And I truly couldn't be any prouder of you if I tried. I really couldn't. Are you hungry? I know you're not hungry. But, I mean, we could try what the doctor gave you. Yeah, well, that's the whole reason they have medical cannabis. Is precisely for people like you. So, yeah. And, no, baby, no, I promise, look, they wouldn't give it to you if it was just to get you high, okay, I promise. Alright? Now, I know that you have your hang-ups about it, but let me tell you, it will help with pain, okay? That's a big draw right now. It will help with nausea. And it will also boost your appetite. And I know that that's something that you struggle with, especially on the days after chemo. And I know we're not too far into that period, so I just want to try anything that's going to help and also that's going to allow you to eat. Because, well, cancer, chemo, it's gonna make you drop the weight, but you know what? We can maybe slow it down a little bit. Yeah, I think so. So, if it's not too much for you to think of, how about while we administer this, you can think about something that you might want me to make? Yeah, of course. Literally anything you want. I know it's not going to be extravagant regardless, but whatever you want, I assure you. Baby, I am here to help you. Okay, we are a team. Okay? We are a couple. We are a couple of bitches out here against the fucking wide old mistress that is life, okay? She's gonna give our asses a fucking... And maybe we won't like it as much as we would prefer. Yeah, you get where I'm coming from. See, you get it because, like, we're lesbians. We have to make it gay. So, life is gonna fuck us. We're not gonna like it, and we got each other to work through it with. And I find really big comfort out of that. Well, let me administer that sweet old Mary Jane, my love, and let's get some food into you. Yeah, I can tell you're hungry aside from all the nausea. Alright. My little fighter. I'll be back with your medicine. Yeah. Fuck. I don't know how she stays so fucking... I don't know how she stays so strong.